Okay, this is video 4 in our little series, and it's completing the summary and action plan. I'm on the last page of your module, and part 1 says to provide a summary overview of something you learned or discovered by reading through the content. And of course, I read this great article on GT students, so I can go ahead and type that there. That one sticks in my mind of all the things I read. And this part 2, please upload your action plan. Well, before I can upload anything, I actually have to create my action plan. So I need to remember, how do I complete my action plan? Well, you know what? I better go ahead and look at chapter 1. That has the directions on how to do the action plan. So I'm going to open a couple windows here because, number 1, I know I need to complete my action plan in a document. So I'm going to go ahead and open up my Word document. Now remember, this is a quick little video overview. You, of course, are going to spend some time working on your action plan. So let's see. I need a blank page. I don't know why my page isn't blank, so here we go. Okay, so I've got my blank page open, and I need to create my action plan. My action plan is supposed to consist of some questions I'm supposed to be looking at. You know, this is a time that I would need my directions here. Okay, what are the questions? Questions are, what do you want your differentiated classroom to look like? Well, bottom line is, I really want to meet the needs of all my students. I know I leave kids behind every year, and I really want to do that. That's my ultimate goal this year. Okay, what else? How will you implement your new learning in the classroom? Well, you know, I read a lot of great things about GT students, and I read a lot of great things about special ed students, and I have them all. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to summarize here how I really want to do that. I really want to meet these needs of kids. Okay, how will you know it's been affected? Well, that says that's later on. Okay, here we go. So all my action plans, those are my things I need to think about. So now, establish goals. What goals or outcomes are you planning for in your classroom? Bottom line, I want to meet the needs of all my students. I'd like to prepare some great lessons to do that. I really like some engaged lessons this year, and I really want to focus on that. Can you get a visual picture of the expected outcome? Absolutely. All my kids are learning. Now remember, you're writing this. I'm just talking, but you're writing. What constraints do you have, like the limits on time, money, time and other resources? I'm going to see how much planning I can get done during the summer and with my team. Okay, a list of actions. Write down all the actions you may need to take to achieve your goal. At this step, focus on generating and writing as many different options and ideas as possible. Take a sheet of paper and write more and more ideas just as they come to your mind while you're doing this. Try not to judge or analyze. Okay, this, folks, you guys, is actually easy. Start brainstorming. My goal is this, is I want to meet the needs of all my students. If that's really my goal, what are all the things that I need to do? Well, I need to get some great lessons together. What else? I need to really plan with my team. What else do I need to do? Oh, you know, I want to take a look at my benchmarks. It's always better to plan with the end in mind when I'm doing this. And there's some other things that I want to research. I mean, what really is going on with differentiation? I'm going to find out what other people are doing. And this list is going to go on and on and on and on. And then what you want to do is you want to come back and you want to number this. Well, you know what? Research has got to come first for me. I've got to do that first. And then, etc. Then, you know what? I think I do want to look at those benchmarks. Where are my kids missing some things? Where could I maybe hit some high spots and fill in some holes? And this is what your action plan is going to look like. It's going to be detailed, obviously, if you're a detailed person. And if you're a big picture person, it's going to be a big picture person. And what you're going to do is, after you have this list, organize in a plan, decide on the order of your action steps, start from looking at the marked key actions, cross out actions that are not possible, and for each action, what other steps might be completed before that action. So in other words, this is a working document. Okay? Once you've finished your working document, what you need to do, and this is probably the most important thing, is you need to save it. And remember where you save it. So I'm going to call it my action plan, and I'm going to save it. Okay, I'm ready to finish this. I'm going to go to the end here. Yeah, move on, move on. Remember, there's lots of ways to move on to the next chapter. I made sure I went through all these modules. I have to look at all these pages. I did look at all these pages. And then, of course, I'm down to the last one, summary. Okay, summary. You know, I'm going to talk about the GT article that I read. That was really cool. It did some really cool things with students. So I'm going to write this. And remember, your summary only can go in this space. Just type away. And then there's another piece over here, attach file. Okay, that's my action plan. So you're going to click attach file. And then you got to go look for it. So I'm going to browse just like you were attaching a document from an email. I knew I saved it in my documents, so I'm going to go find my action plan if I can. There's my action plan. I'm going to open it. And then down here you have to click attach file. I attached it. I'm ready to go. I like it. It's there. See, look, it pops up, action plan attached. If for some reason you attach the wrong action plan, you can click this red X, delete it, and move on. After I'm done with this, there's a green checkbox down at the bottom that says Score Assessment. Click Score Assessment, and then we're done with this piece. There is one more video in our series that will show you how to give credit or get credit for your course.